Okay, this is considered a spooky, scary video because the color schemes of the Holy Knights that we see in Elbaf have been revealed and they're quite garish. So they're all wearing Halloween costumes, so it is of the season. So, with that being said, I do want to tackle Remo Shifu Killingham first because I have made quite a few videos talking about the levels of divinity that could exist when you're talking about mythical Zoan fruits, and he does confirm what I was talking about. So we see, even though he is the user of the mythical model Kirin of the Dragon Fruit family, he is blonde, but he has a white Hagoromo. This is very important because he is now officially the same as Luffy and presumably Yamato. Though I don't think Yamato is awakened because we see her with a Hagoromo when she is a child. But I do think all of them have devil fruits with divinity, but at different levels. So the top of the tier would be somebody like Luffy, who has a fruit of a deity that is known the world over. Okay. Below him, you would have someone like Yamato, who is the guardian deity of Wano. So she is a local deity. So she is not known the world over. She is known in one particular spot. Okay. Then under her, you would have Remo Shifu Killingham because Kirins are known to be divine beasts. So you have a beast associated with divinity, not calling the beast a deity. I think I've slipped up in a few videos and called the dragon fruit model Kirin a deity fruit. I don't think it's a deity fruit, but I do think it's a divine fruit, a beast associated with divinity of some sort. So you have worldwide deity, local deity, divine beast. That's how I think the setup is going. And in the characters that we have now, Killingham is most likely awakened. Luffy is most definitely awakened. Yamato is not awakened, but I think her case could be a little different because she's so high on the divinity tier list, presumably. Now, with that being said, I do like that he is yellow and orange. I think that's pretty fun. I keep forgetting that he has one horn, but I do believe a lot of Kirins are depicted with one horn. That's still kind of weird. And the long neck makes sense because Kirin is the same word used for giraffe. So that's why Killingham has a long neck. I get that. Okay. So moving on to Somers. Somers is dressed like the Joker. He has a garish purple suit with a corsage. Goodness gracious. Okay. But from the cover of volume 113, we can see that he has green vines. So the power of the thorn fruit does allow him to generate green vines, which I think that's why his suit is purple, to complement the green vines of his power. And that's why too he appears to be a redhead, meaning he has orange hair. So it's all a color theory thing, even though it's a bit garish. That's why I think these colors are placed the way they are. Now, moving on to Gunko. Man-Mayor Gunko has blue hair. This makes sense because the only other member of the Man-Mayor family, which is that weird girl with the pizza hat, I don't know what her name is. Her name is not revealed. But oddly, she does not have her eyes shown. Gunko does. And yes, Gunko does have heterochromia. One eye is blue and one eye is red. That's odd. But yes, both of the Man-Mayor women, I guess that other character is a girl, both of them have blue hair. And it's funny that the Man-Mayor woman with the pizza hat always has her tongue out, but in opposition, Gunko is always wearing a mouth covering. So that's interesting. On the cover of volume 113, we see her using her ability, but it appears as though from the art released and the cover that the power of the arrow fruit does look like white bandages, but the hand that she is making most likely is being coated in Armid hockey. Or maybe she could just change the color of the arrow, but I think it's just covered in Armid hockey. Talking about hands, you use your hand to mash that like and subscribe button. If you can, please click the hype button as well. Do I know what that does? Absolutely not. But please click it. It does help somehow. Okay, continuing on with the video though. Okay, cool. She's dressed in all black. She has a red cape. I didn't expect her to look like that one Fire Emblem character though, with this red and blue color scheme. It's quite weird, but okay, it's fine. I always suspected she would be the redhead and like Somers would have white hair, but I guess not. Talking about hair, we have Thurgoland Shamrock, the brother of Thurgoland Shanks. Of course, he has his red hair, and I guess in this way, he's supposed to be a compliment to Gunko, seeing as how they do show up on Elbaf together, because his cape is blue, her cape is red, her hair is blue, his hair is red. And he is dressed the most sensibly out of the ones that we see because he has a very royal attire. It reads very royal but very pompous. It's much better than what Garling looks like in his younger years. It's a much better outfit, I will say, because Garling looks like a clown, which is quite funny. But yeah, so his is pretty standard. I'm not really taken aback. It's odd that he's wearing red gloves, though. That's interesting. And then his sword, Cerberus, is just a standard, like, saber-esque sword with a white scabbard. Quite interesting. I wonder what colors Cerberus will be. And getting back to the whole divinity aspect of Zoans, we know that's the case because even Cerberus has a black Hagoromo. If you're just a mythical beast with no divinity, and I mentioned this before in many a video, you just have a black Hagoromo. So beasts and just plain mythical beasts have black Hagoromos. The white Hagoromos seem to only be reserved with those beasts with divinity or some sort of deified properties, like Killingham. So with that being said, give me your thoughts and tell your friends about Polypede. What?